Okay, guys, here we are. Day 1 of journal number 1. If you guys are not yet familiar with your journal, when you crack it open, you'll see in the beginning there are a few resources. We've got all the mysteries of the Rosary. We have all the prayers listed out in case you need a little refresher. We even have the 15 promises of the Rosary. And here we are on day number 1. Start with Mary as our mother. On this journey, we've chosen Mary as our guide. If we want to understand why she is the perfect guide, we'll need to dial it all the way back to the beginning, the fall. In the beginning, communion with God was not a journey or something we had to struggle to discover and maintain. In the garden, Adam and Eve walked and talked with God, just like we might with a friend. Adam and Eve had no barriers, no roadblocks. Nothing held them back from union with God before the fall. Enter concupiscence. We have our foremother to thank for the difficulties we face in prayer and communion with God. Satan whispered a lie to her. He made her doubt the goodness of God and led her to believe that God was keeping something important from her. Her doubt wasn't the sin. It was her disobedience that led to the downfall of mankind. The church calls Mary the new Eve. Her consent, in fact, her obedience to God's plan, not knowing what she was even really saying yes to, ushered in Emmanuel, God with us. We are able to experience a new type of communion with God through Mary. Not nearly as easy as it was in the garden, we now struggle under the weight of concupiscence. But by giving him his humanity, Our Lady's obedience healed the rift that Eve's disobedience created. In Revelations 12:13 through 17, we're told about Satan's response to Mary's yes. It's described as his great fury, as a torrent of water sent to sweep her away with his current. And then describes how the Lord caused the earth to open up and swallow the current sent to destroy her. This is describing how Our Lady was spared from the curse of original sin. So as Eve was the mother of all the living, Genesis 3:20, God made Mary the new Eve, our new mother, and set her as a perfect example of obedience and love. As our mother, he has granted her the ability to do her job well. The church calls Mary the mediatrix of all grace. This means that through her yes, all grace flows. Because she obeyed, Emmanuel came into the world. Christ accomplished our redemption, but chose to come through Mary, making Mary the path or the conduit by which we all receive grace. Could God have redeemed mankind without Mary? Of course. But because he chose to use her, we have this incredible guide, a gentle mother and powerful intercessor. As we begin this epic journey together, hand in hand with our mother, give her anything that's weighing you down, any doubts or fears you have. Give her your joys and your blessings too. Give her the things you hope to accomplish on this journey. Ask her to help you navigate your way along the path, providing all the necessary tools and to bring the right companions to support your endeavor. Take Our Lady's hand, make the sign of the cross, pray the Creed, the Our Father for the Holy Father, and 3 Hail Marys for faith, hope, and love, and just one little glory be. Then you can pause there, ready to continue the next time you have a moment to press on. That's it, you're on your way. Every journey begins with a single step, and you just took yours. Refer to the rosary diagram at the beginning of this book if you need a little refresher on how to pray. We are at the outset of this epic journey, and it will be epic indeed. The Lord has called you to this moment. It's not your own, it is your choice. It's your choice to be here, but it isn't accident. It isn't happenstance. You didn't just happen to open an email or click on an ad or listen to a friend. Those are all little ways that the Lord was pointing you to this journey, to begin this journey with Him, to begin this journey through the heart of our Immaculate Mother. And where does Mary always lead? In every apparition, every time she's appeared in all of history, what does she do? She points us to her Son. That's this journey that we're on. We're on this journey deeper and deeper into the heart of Christ. Do you struggle right now to pray? Does it sound hard to believe as you kind of read through any of the promises of the Rosary? Do they sound too good to be true? Do they sound really different from your experience of prayer and your experience of the Lord so far in your life? Yeah. This world is designed to distract us, to destroy us, to beat us down. All of the messages that we've gotten throughout our life tell us that we're no saint, that we are not destined for great things, that who are we? We don't deserve any of this. We know we are probably the bearer of that bad news more than anybody else. We know all the mistakes that we've made in our lives, all the times we've tried to pray and failed, all the times that we've begun a new devotion and fallen on our face. We know all the times that we picked up a new book and it's sitting there collecting dust. And with all of those failures that we see on our record, we think, what's even the point? Let me tell you guys that this journey that you are beginning is entirely different than any journey you have ever begun in your prayer life before. We have gleaned some incredible insights from the saints, and we are walking through these insights with our mother, who understands our nature. She's a good mother. She knows all those faults and failings, and she doesn't see them as failures. She sees those as opportunities for us to learn, opportunities for us to grow, just like any good mother. When you see a toddler learning to walk and they stumble and fall, do you say, "Sorry, kid, you failed"? No. If you're a good mother or godmother or aunt or cousin or sister or grandmother, what do? You help them up and you encourage them to keep walking. That is exactly what Our Lady does for us. She might even kind of laugh. It's endearing to her to see us kind of wobble around like toddler Catholics trying to get our bearings. She loves that about us. She knows what we need, and she's a good mother who longs to give that to us. We're going to learn on this journey how to become truly little children of Mary. So little, in fact, that she carries us to the heart of Christ. We don't have to climb this rough stairway of perfection to find this way ourselves, figure it all out, bloody ourselves and bruise and kill ourselves to get to where we need to go. Definitely this is going to be hard work, but our work is to be littler and littler every step of this journey so that Our Lady can carry us. And this is a secret that we've learned from St. Therese. This is the little way. This is the little way of the Rosary. We're going to be walking this little way together, step by step. The Lord has promised to be a lamp unto our feet, and that's what every step of this is going to be. One step at a time, day by day, prayer by prayer, bead by bead. We're going to get closer to the heart of Christ. We're going to get closer to the person that God created us to be so that we can enjoy heaven with Him for eternity. Sound good? All right, guys. Every morning, once we finish our reflection and my thoughts, next up, we are going to begin our rosary together each morning. And we're going to just begin the rosary together. We're not going to pray the whole rosary. We're going to just begin, because this beginning really is the hardest part. This is the part that takes the most thought. The Creed, the Our Father, the first 3 Hail Marys, and then the rest is easy sailing. We can find those quiet moments throughout the day to get part of our decade in. Maybe we've got 2.5 minutes to get a whole decade in. Did you know that it only takes 2.5 minutes to pray a whole decade? It only takes 10 seconds to pray 1 Hail Mary. You've got this. We've got those quiet moments all throughout the day. Let's begin.